Good morning, it is Tuesday the 21st of July and I'm here at Luton Airport to show you some of the AvGeek spotting spots around the perimeter and to see what we can see. Obviously we're still in the middle of COVID-19 and so service levels are much below the normal services by airlines, so there's going to be a lot less than there was. However, I have already seen a few, so we'll see what we can see. The first spot I'm visiting is here on Dane Road to the south of the airport. This is access road and an emergency gate for emergency vehicles. However, you get a good view of the south side of the runway here. As you can see, there's a couple of Wizz Airs taxiing behind me. So the next spot I'm visiting is the top deck of Car Park 1 in the terminal area. As you can see right behind me, the planes are really close. Luton's a base for EasyJet and its spiritual home when it was founded here. Due to COVID-19, a load of aircraft are on the ground here. Conveniently, this one right behind me has the same initials as me, AK, so happy days for that one. If you're coming to Car Park 1, I'd advise parking elsewhere and walking up here, as it is rather pricey to park, £9 for 30 minutes and upwards from there. So park in the town or at one of the outer airport car parks and get one of the buses into the centre. The terminal's just over in front of me, so it's probably about a 5-minute walk up here from the terminal bus station. As well as being a base for EasyJet, Wizz Air, the Hungarian airline, also have a base here, including some UK registered aircraft. To be honest, this morning most of the movements have been Wizz Air. There's also a private terminal here at Luton, so there's lots of private aircraft. And from this spot on top of Car Park 1, you get to see all the movements really up close. Like, this is probably as close as you're going to get and the best views you're going to get whilst being landside. So this spot behind me, if I'm honest, I don't know where I am. I'm in a country lane just to the north of the approach to runway 26. Behind me you should just be able to see the approach lights. To be honest, I haven't seen an aircraft land from here, but I can imagine, given the view of the runway lights across the slight valley there and field, I can imagine this is a great spot for getting some photos of landing aircraft that are landing on runway 26. As I said, I'm not entirely sure where I am, but I'll try and put a link to Google Maps for this spot in the description of the video, so that you can come and check it out. But as a brief description, if you put in your sat nav from the previous spot 1 at Dane Street to spot 2 at the airport, it takes you by here, so it should take you through. The fourth and final spot I'm visiting today, and I'll admit when you look at a map I've done these in completely a very weird order, but the final spot is here at Summeries Castle. I've got some friends. Seemingly looking at the website I use to find spots, the fourth spot is just a short walk from here, so we'll see what we can see. But Summeries Castle is the oldest brick building in Bedfordshire, I believe. So yeah, have a Google about that. I'll put a link to some information about it again in the description, but a bit of history here as well as some aircraft today. So I think I'm in the right spot. The footpath continues down the hill behind me, but at that point you won't be able to see, although closer to the perimeter fence, you wouldn't be able to see any aircraft being below the runway. So I think this point on the top of the hill just before it goes down is probably the best spot. So I'm going to hang around here and see if we have any aircraft taking off anytime soon, and see whether it's worth the slight trek through down the footpath. If you do come here, I'd recommend wearing some sturdy shoes as the ground's rather uneven. Also, don't wear shorts like I did. I've been attacked by a few nettles, but yeah, it's not awful, but it's not a public footpath. Well, it is a public footpath, but it's not a pavement. So yeah. I can hear something beginning its takeoff run, so hopefully we'll be able to see it from here. Oh, it's a private aircraft. So I've seen something take off from here, and yeah, I think this would be an okay spot. There are no facilities here, and as I said, the footpath is a little bit bumpy and nettly, so be prepared. Whilst we're here, I just want to talk about access to Luton. So going through the 4 spots I've visited today, spots 1 and 3, so Dane Street and that random bit under the approach lights are found, you'd need a car to get there. There's no public transport. Both are too far to walk from the terminal or other public transport links, so yeah. Spot 2, the car park in the terminal area, obviously nice and easy access from the terminal. You can get a train to Luton Airport Parkway, and there is a shuttle bus from there up to the station, up to the airport even, sorry. And if you buy your ticket to Luton Airport rather than Luton Airport Parkway, it includes that bus in the ticket for free. Luton Airport bus station also has lots of local bus links from the surrounding area, so of course you can get one of those to the terminal. Also, this footpath I'm on, so spot 4 near Summeries Castle, the footpath continues on down the hill behind me and goes round into the public roads near the centre of Luton town centre. So it's a little bit of a walk, but you could get to here without a car. But I had my car today, so I've been able to see all 4 of these spots. I'd certainly recommend car park 1 in the terminal. Brilliant views of the aircraft on the ground. You can still see runway movements, and you can get really good photos and videos. All the video I've recorded today is just on my phone, so it shows what you can get without any professional equipment. So for the people who randomly are on this channel and want a bit more about history, a bit more about Summeries Castle. So it was built in the 15th century by Sir John Wenlock. His ghost reportedly haunts the castle. It's a scheduled ancient monument, and although it's called a castle, it's actually a fortified manor house. I believe you can just wander around it for free. It's probably a 5-minute thing. I'm going to have a quick look before I jump in my car and head home. But yeah, so if you're up here spotting at the final spot I've shown you today, obviously take a quick look around the castle before you head home.